Hello and welcome to your Saturday morning Chatty Scent Corner, where we talk about what's new, what's coming, and what we really need to have a good chat about. So today, of course, we are going to have quite a number of fragrance updates. We have 10. I'm starting to limit them to 10 because if I were to share with you all of the fragrances that are launched every day or that are announced every day, we would be here for hours. So I'm limiting it to 10 every week because, we also have other things to do here in the Chatty Scent Corner. So today I'm going to share with you 10 fragrance updates. They're very, very interesting though. I have designer, I have Western niche, and I definitely have Middle Eastern also. Of course, as always, we are going to start with our tea of the week. I have a couple of things to discuss there with you. And then, of course, we're going to have our topic for discussion as always. Now, today we're not going to have first impressions because this is my birthday month. So I'm starting to put aside all of the fragrances that I pick up that I really, really, enjoy and that I've been looking forward to. I'm going to kind of save them to open them towards my birthday or on my birthday so that I feel kind of special. So most likely there will be no first impressions until my birthday, and my birthday is not until the end of the month. Then of course we are going to have our Sniff and Sip, and today I have for you 4 fragrances that I've been considering for quite a while picking up, but I've never come around to it. So now I'm back to sniffing them because, to be honest with you, I don't even think that I remember them very well. So we'll do that also. But let's go ahead and jump right in because, of course, we have quite a bit to cover. But if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and I'm your fragrance concierge because I'm totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos multiple times a week, and on this channel, we love to talk about all types of fragrances. So if that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our tea of the week. So I have several things to share with you today. So the first one is so that we can end with this saga, the saga of the broken fragrance cap. So here it is now repaired. As you may recall, or if you missed last week's Chatty Scent Corner, I did take it to an art restoration gallery and they said that they could repair the cap. And I'm happy to inform you that they did do an exquisite job because it is like new. Now, they did tell me to be very careful to not open or uncap the fragrance bottle by pulling through, through this part. They want me, of course, to do it from the base, and I had been pulling it from the top, so maybe that contributed to when it fell, it just breaking. But I'm gonna put it down because I'm so traumatized with this whole experience, and I'm gonna take a break in a minute and put it away. But I wanted to let you know that I am so happy that my beautiful fragrance is back to its, original, to its original state. The second thing that I did want to discuss with you as part of our tea of the week is that I have some great news. So I'm sure you are all familiar with C from C Chronicles, right? And she is, of course, a fellow content creator here on YouTube, and she is going to be making a huge announcement very soon. I am so happy for her. Of course, I can't say anything. I am so honored that she shared it with me. But it is such a huge announcement. Now, if you don't know who C from C Chronicles is, I will, of course, leave the information for her channel in the description box of this video, and go check her out and give her some love. So her channel focuses primarily on affordable Middle Eastern fragrances, but she also does cover some Western niche and other fragrances like designer in general, right? But just check her out because she is really, really good. I just love her energy, and I love the way that she reviews fragrances. Anyway, but just know that there's a huge announcement that she's going to be making very soon, and you do not want to miss it. Okay, so the third thing before we jump into our topic of the week is I just wanted to say Thank you. Because as you may recall, we had our discount event with So Avant-Garde last weekend, and I'm here to inform you that it went very, very well. So to all of you that were so kindly, trying to help me support the channel, thank you so, so much. I really, really appreciate it because I wanted that event to be a success so that we could be afforded that opportunity again in the near future, so that we could get such a deep discount. And I just can't wait to hear what you each picked up and how you're liking it. Now, for those of you who were not able to pick up anything, it's okay because I am sure that we will have other opportunities in the future. So I'm so excited. But I did just want to say thank you so, so much. All right, so now for our topic of the week. So as always, I was sitting here and going around my fragrance collection, trying to figure out what is it that I wanted to bring to you as the topic for our discussion this week? And I was thinking, there's just been so many new releases. There are just so many new fragrances, whether they've already been launched or upcoming, that it can be quite overwhelming. And I'm just wondering, how are you feeling? Do you have one fragrance that you think is the absolute best of all of the fragrances that have been launched this year? Or is it 2 or 3 fragrances? But my question to you this week is, do you have one fragrance that has been launched during 2025 and that you either picked up or that you tried and that you think is your absolute favorite from all of the fragrances that have been launched this year? That is the question, but please limit it to one. Now, in all honesty, I just don't think that I can share one with you because I have quite a number of them. But no, honestly, I just really don't think, and I really did try to just narrow it down to one fragrance, and I just really can't. So anyway, so let us know if you're able to narrow it down to one fragrance, and if so, what is that fragrance? Because for me, maybe it's hard because, I'm always trying new fragrances and testing fragrances every single day. So maybe that's why it's so hard for me to pick one. But I really hope that you at least can tell us which one has been your favorite so far in 2025. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our updates. And the first one this week is coming from Mancera. And from Mancera, we have a new fragrance by the name of Ombre Tonka. Now, Ombre Tonka has as notes at the top bergamot, pistachio, and oud. At the heart, it has rose, tonka bean, and amber woods. And at the base, it has benzoin and patchouli. Now, this fragrance really sounds really interesting to me. I mean, as soon as you say pistachio, And of course, it has oud and then tonka bean. I don't know, there's just so many notes that I think are going to make for such a great fragrance. And coming from Mancera, it's probably going to be a powerhouse. So yeah, and I just have the feeling that there may be even a bit of yumminess to this fragrance. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Now, had you heard of this fragrance? Because I just discovered it when I was doing, my research and preparation for this video, but I had not heard that Mancera was planning to launch yet another fragrance this year because we've already had a couple that were launched this year. The vanilla one and then the Instant Crush Intense. So I just don't, I don't know. But what I can tell you is that I am excited about this new fragrance because those notes are definitely pulling me. So expect to see, either a bottle or a sample or a decant at some point and, some sort of discussion around this fragrance because I'm really excited about it. And next, we have a fragrance from Tom Ford. And it seems to me that it's been such a long time since we've had any fragrance launch from Tom Ford that when I saw this one, I was just so excited immediately. So this one is called Figue Erotique, and I could not find the notes anywhere. Anyway, and I've looked. If any of you have the notes, I know some of you are quite well connected. So if you have the notes, please share them with us, in the comment section of the video because I could not find the notes. And I also don't have a release date, but I did hear that it is coming very soon and it's coming to Sephora. So I hope that it comes out right around, how Sephora's having its VIB sale coming soon. And I think that that's going to be like towards the end of October. So I'm hoping that the fragrance will come along that time so that we could all take advantage of that 20% off. But you never know. Anyway, but yeah, I'm very excited because you guys know that I'm in my Figue era. So as soon as I heard about that fragrance, I can tell you that that's going to be a blind buy. I am so going to pick up that fragrance. I am so excited for it. But anyway, all right. So next we have a flanker from Flower Bomb, right? Another Flower Bomb. So Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb. Now we have Pretty Peony. Now, this is a fragrance that's supposed to be launched very soon at Sephora, and I could only get this picture, okay? And I did get this picture. I think it was not from Scent Advice, but from Scent Report. So just so you know. And the only notes that I could find, and I looked everywhere, were strawberry, peony, and musk. Those are like the three key notes. And I'm sure there's other notes involved, but they're just not disclosing them. But it's primarily strawberry, peony, and musk. So am I going to blind buy this one? No. Am I really interested? Am I excited? I am a little bit excited because it is, again, the note of strawberry. And if they do it really nice, I'm going to be very happy. You know me and my quest for a yummy, juicy, sweet, ripe strawberry. You know, it's been going on forever. And I have found a couple of fragrances, okay? You know, Mutine from Miu Miu. Really, really, I love that fragrance. But I am going to give this one a try. I just don't know if I'm going to blind buy it, but I'm certainly going to give it a try. Had you heard about it? Are you interested? I don't know. It says that it's supposed to be launched at Sephora soon, but I don't know if soon is like before the end of the year, because this to me sounds like a fragrance that will most likely be more like for the spring season, but you never know. All right, so next, coming from Xerjoff. What fragrance do we get every year from Xerjoff, right? They've been launching fragrances left and right. Yes, they have. But now we have Torino 25. And let's just go ahead and talk about the notes immediately, because we know that the notes, when it comes to a Torino fragrance, the notes will typically tell us what to expect. All right, so Torino, it opens with ginger and grapefruit. Then it has rhubarb and saffron, all in the opening. At the heart, it has juniper and leather. And at the base, it has suede. I don't know when this is launching. That bottle is giving me masculine leaning all the way. And the notes are also giving me masculine leaning, like quite masculine leaning. But I could be totally wrong. But I'm serious, like grapefruit, rhubarb, leather, and suede. Because it's both. It's not like it's leather / suede. No, leather and suede and rhubarb. I don't know, that's giving me really masculine, but I could be totally wrong. Of course, you know that I am going to try and get a sample. No, I'm not going to blind buy this one. I have blind bought the last, I think, 2 years, and one was okay. Now, the 2024 was really, really good. The 2023, it was kind of like, I don't even know really what to make of that yet. But this one is giving me masculine leaning. But anyway, doesn't that sound like it's going to be masculine to you? I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you always pick up Torino? Are you one of those Xerjoff fans that picks it up no matter what? You know, I have been doing that, but I don't know. There's so many fragrances this year and I can't buy it all. So maybe this is one that I will pass on just based on the notes. And but let's see. Let's see what happens when I try it. All right. So now for a Middle Eastern fragrance. This one is from one of my favorite affordable Middle Eastern fragrance houses, and this is Ahmed Al-Maghribi. And now he has a beautiful, beautiful fragrance by the name of Niswah. And look at that bottle. So a fan member originally sent me a text letting me know or showing me this bottle, and I immediately knew that I wanted it, but I didn't find it anywhere. But this week when I was preparing for this video, I did find that like being announced on Fragrantica, and I am loving that bottle. Absolutely loving the bottle. Now, if you have experience with Ahmed Al-Maghribi fragrances, you know that there are typically a ton of notes in their fragrances. That is a fragrance house that, my goodness, they have like every single note possible in a fragrance, and this one is no exception. So let me tell you, at the top, this one has apple, pear, black currant, red berries, pink pepper, raspberry, bergamot, hazelnut, saffron, peony, and marigold. let's take a break. And now at the heart, it has coconut, osmanthus, gardenia, cinnamon, jasmine, nutmeg, rose, orange blossom, fire, frangipani, orris, and plum. That is quite the number of notes, isn't it? And then, are you ready? Because at the base we have tobacco, ambroxan, oud, gaiac wood, oud and gaiac wood, brown sugar, sandalwood, tonka bean, white musk, patchouli, cashmere, labdanum, ambrette, vanilla, benzoin, resins, amber, cacao, rose, chocolate, and caramel. I need a break now. Wow, that was a mouthful. But anyway, regardless, that I can promise you is a fragrance that I am going to pick up. First of all, that bottle is calling my name. Second of all, the color is, a love of mine. And third of all, it's an Ahmed Al-Maghribi fragrance. So for me, there's no going wrong. So expect to see that fragrance in a Middle Eastern Thursday or first impression here in our Chatty Scent Corner, and then a full detailed review during a Middle Eastern Thursday. But anyway, more to come on that one. Moving on. All right, so now continuing on Middle Eastern fragrances, let's talk about Lattafa. So Lattafa has launched this year so many fragrances, and what really gets me is that I can't even say that some of them were not good and that they just put them all out there. No, because in all honesty, I have fallen in love with just about every fragrance that they have launched and that I have picked up. Oh, you guys know my obsession with Dream of Haze, but then there's so many others that have been launched that have been just absolutely incredible. Well, the news is that they're not done. So now there is a fragrance that was just launched and it's called Layaan. And look at that bottle. Isn't that interesting? To be honest with you, I don't know how I feel about that bottle because I don't know, that like rose cap, is that going to be plasticky? Is it going to be cheesy? I'm not sure how I feel about the whole design on the bottle. That's just me. But then when I receive it, it could be that I fall automatically in love with the whole packaging and the bottle and everything. But right now, I'm not sure that I know how I feel about it. Are you liking that? You think that's pretty? Like, you think that's really nice? Anyway, so it says here that this is a fragrance crafted for women who embody both grace and strength. So go figure. And at the top, we have green pear and mandarin. At the heart, we have gardenia, jasmine, and muguet. And at the base, we have cedarwood and musk. This is a fragrance that, it's already available only on their site. And I was going to pick it up. A couple of days ago, I saw it and I was going to pick it up. And I've been on the fence because there's so many new releases. And when it comes to Lattafa, that's not the only one that you can expect to see before the end of the year. Oh no, it gets even better. So this past week, there was a tease, coming from, I think it was Daniel Renee, and a fan member sent me like a TikTok reel or one of, the TikTok shorts. It just so happens that Lattafa is launching like 4 other fragrances, right? One is a Yara Elixir. I don't have any pictures to share with you, but I did have to tell you this so that you can prepare yourself. There's a Yara Elixir. There's a Musamam Black Intense. There's one called Fahad. And then guess what? They're also launching like hair mist and body products for different fragrances within their range, right? So there's some Yara. I did see some Yara. I think I saw a hair mist, for Angam. So imagine, right? So just get ready because they are bombarding us before the end of the year with quite the selection of new releases. And that's just Lattafa. Okay, so another brand that has been busier than usual this year, it's just been unbelievable, is Maison Mataha, okay? So they just launched the Printemps Blanc, remember, during the spring. And then we had Pêche Velours, which I haven't even had a chance to pick up. And now there's a new one called Café de Délices. Délices, I think that's how you pronounce it. If it isn't, I apologize. But of course, it is a gourmand, and the brand suggests that this new fragrance is for those who love enveloping gourmand scents that are not too sweet and appreciate highly concentrated compositions. Now that sounds like my cup of tea for sure, because I don't like my gourmands to necessarily make me smell full on like food, and I don't like them way too sweet. I want to smell beautiful. And you know, I just don't think that smelling like certain desserts or certain dishes is really going to make me personally, me, smell beautiful. If you like it, I understand and I respect that. But that's, you know, while I do have some that I do enjoy, it's typically not the scent profile that I tend to be pulled by continuously, right? So, and then the other thing is that it's a very concentrated composition with 35% oil concentration. So that sounds very interesting to me. Now, the fragrance is already available on their official website. And the notes, the only notes that they're sharing are coffee cream, cookies, vanilla, tonka bean, and musk. Those are the only notes that are being shared. But yeah, I don't know. Had you heard of this fragrance from Maison Mataha? Did you pick up Peche Velours? And if you did you like it? And are you planning to pick up this one? Does this interest you at all? Like, this is obviously a coffee-centric kind of fragrance, but I'm loving the fact that they've added cookies and tonka bean, which will add like a caramelly touch to it. On a musk base, you know, it sounds like it may be something very interesting. I am not going to blind buy this one because, again, I can't buy everything. So most likely I'm going to try and get myself a sample and or a decant, and then I'll bring it to a Chatty Scent Corner and let you know what I'm thinking about it. And then depending on how I feel when I try it on skin, I may end up picking it up. But anyway, okay, so that's that one, and moving on. No, guys, now seriously, I am telling you, all these brands have been so busy this year, and Niswah is right there amongst the rest because we just finished talking about, I can't even remember the name of the fragrance, but it was like a cherry fragrance, and I told you that I was interested, but it is still a Harrods exclusive. I don't know if I'm going to end up picking it up, but I didn't even have a chance to really like make up my mind on that one before. I noticed that there was yet another fragrance coming from Niswah, and this one was just launched in Cannes this past week, and guess who the perfumer is? Jordi Fernandez. Jordi Fernandez. So of course you guys know that I'm already like, oh, I'm gonna have to try it. Okay, but I'm not blind buying. Oh no. So let me go ahead and share with you the notes of this one. At the top we have bergamot and violet. You guys know how I love violet. At the heart, we have moxalone, civet, and orris root. And at the base, we have akigala wood, ambretolide, sesame, and sandalwood. That whole composition is calling my name. I think that that fragrance maybe has some musk, but they have not shared it. I don't know. I'm just getting that vibe, like that feel just from those notes that it may be a musk-based fragrance that will be a tad animalic. I don't know. All I know is that I can expect that it's going to be a very complex and interesting fragrance, you know, because that's what Jordi does. And I am just loving all of the fragrance that he has been releasing lately, and I'm going to have to try this one, but I am not going to blind buy it. I'm really not going to blind buy it. Had you heard of this new Niswah fragrance? Like, how do you feel about those notes? Like, I mean, there's a lot of interesting notes here that can go south. But again, being that it's done by Jordi Fernandez, I feel a certain kind of way because in my opinion, he is so good at working with these very complex notes, right? Notes that typically don't go very well for others go excellently for him, in my personal opinion. I mean, because you're talking about civet, akigala wood, and violet and orris root. Like, okay, so most likely it's going to have a powdery dry down. It's going to be woody, but I don't even know what else to say. So I'm going to try and get myself a sample and or a decant. And if I do, I will bring it to you during a Chatty Scent Corner so we can discuss it. But one thing is for sure, I am not blind buying that fragrance, and I am loving the bottle. That's got to be one of the prettiest Niswah bottles ever because that color, oh, absolutely loving it. Anyway, had you heard of this one? Is this one that's striking your fancy? Is it like piquing your interest or no, not really. Anyway, moving on. All right, so let's go ahead and move into what now has become a section of our Chatty Scent Corner, which is, of course, Sniff and Sip. And today I just have water because I'm trying to like hydrate, because yesterday I had a couple of drinks, so I'm hydrating today, but I'm going to be sipping, okay? But so today we're going to be using these white strips that I've told you before were sent to me by the Paris Corner team, and we are going to be trying 4 different fragrances. Now these fragrances, I am pretty sure that I have sniffed them at some point, but these fragrances for some reason have piqued my interest recently, and I'm very tempted to pick them up as part of my birthday haul, but I'm not sure that I want to do that without really trying them. So today we're going to do, you know, a good sniff, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about them. And we're going to start with Balmain, and you guys know how I've been loving Balmain fragrances, and this one is Sel D'Ambre. And I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I'm probably not. And let me scooch over so I can show you the picture as we talk about it. Okay, so first of all, when it comes to Balmain, I owned several of their fragrances and I just love the bottles. But this one, the whole color composition, but of course, I'm not trying to decide if I want to pick up this fragrance just because of the bottle, but of course, the bottle does play a certain role. So let's go ahead and spray this one. But before we do so, okay, so let's see here. And we are going to go ahead and spray. And you guys know how I really like it. Came in this little box, but you know, it's just like a 2 ml. Like, you guys know how I really don't like it, but this is all that I have. So let's see, because if I do really like it again, I'm just probably going to get a decant. So let's see. Ooh. Okay, so what pulled me to this fragrance, let me just start with that, is the fact that it has 3 notes that I'm really loving, and that I thought that together would work very. Ooh, I'm really liking this. Yeah, I have sniffed this before. I just don't know why I didn't pick up this fragrance. But anyway, let me tell you, the 3 notes that really pulled me into this fragrance are amber, orris root, and the note of tea. You guys know that I'm in my tea era, so, but this smells so good. But this is like perfect for fall and winter. This is not even spring for me, much less summer, but I'm really liking this. Like, it's not a deep love, but I'm really liking this. This is a very strong like. I just have to try it on skin and make sure that I'm getting this or something even better before I decide to pick it up or not. Have you tried this fragrance? Is this one that just from the notes? Oh, let me share with you the notes. So the notes are ambergris, olibanum, amber, orris, and tea. Those are the only notes that have been disclosed, but I'm going to tell you right now that I'm picking up clearly on the note of pepper. And the pepper that I'm picking up here is pink pepper. It may be a mix of pink pepper and black pepper, but I'm getting more pink pepper than anything. And there's other spices here. To me, this is an ambery, spicy kind of fragrance. I'm picking up on the tea, but very lightly. Yeah. This one is definitely one that I'm going to try and get myself a decant so I can try it on skin. And if I do, of course, I will circle back with you, or you'll end up seeing me like with the full bottle, because I'm really liking this one. Very nice. And I know that I've sniffed this before. I'm pretty sure I didn't have a decant, but I'm pretty sure that I've tried several samples. I just don't know why I didn't pick it up. And I didn't even have notes for it, you know, like where I keep my log of notes and stuff. I don't even have anything for it. So that's very interesting. Moving on. All right, so next there is a brand. All right, so next there is a brand that I have been working on for the last several months, and I haven't really shared much about it with you. I think I may have given you a sneak peek during another Chatty Scent Corner, but I am planning to do a dedicated video of the brand very soon because I am enjoying so many of their fragrances, and this is Myth. Now today we're going to do a sniff on a fragrance that I did receive a sample of, and I know that I used the sample and that I tried it on skin and that I enjoyed it, but I just find it interesting that although I enjoyed it and I have notes on it, I didn't pick it up. So that tells me that maybe there was something that had me iffy on it, so I don't want to move forward with ordering a bottle without knowing what's really going on. So let's see. This smells so heavenly. Have you tried any Myth fragrance? And at that, have you tried this one? This one is Mellow Musks. And the note here, at the top we have peach, in the heart we have jasmine and palisander rosewood, and at the base we have vanilla, milk, cream, coconut, toffee, and amber. And I'm going to tell you that this is giving me gourmand all the way, but without necessarily making you smell like food. But this smells absolutely yummy. I can almost assure you that I'm going to get a full bottle of this one. I am absolutely loving this. This is a love for me. This is a love. Do any of you own this fragrance, or have you tried it? Like, what do you think about it? Because this smells absolutely yummy. I can pick up on the coconut. The coconut is definitely creamy. The fragrance is sweet. There is a creaminess to it. There's a creamy quality to it. There's some fruitiness. I know that they've only disclosed peach, but I think there's other fruits here, because I'm getting fruitiness, not necessarily one or two fruit notes, if you know what I mean. I'm not getting toffee necessarily. I'm getting a ton of vanilla, and it is definitely an ambery fragrance, but I am just loving this one. So yeah, expect to hear more about this one on the channel soon. I'm even leaving it to the side because I'm just gonna order the bottle. All right, moving on. So by the way, I forgot to mention, I think I forgot to mention, when we tried the Balmain fragrance, Sel D'Ambre, this is a fragrance that has as the perfumer Quentin Bish. And this next one that we're going to sniff, which is from Brunello Cucinelli, is also by Quentin Bish. And this one is Sogno Notturno. Now, if I recall correctly, I did receive this. So I went to an event that was all Brunello Cucinelli, and they were just launching like an additional 7 or 8 fragrances to add to their portfolio of fragrances. And I know that I received like a sample of each one of those fragrances. And this is the one that stood out the most to me. Then we hit spring and summer, and I just didn't feel like I could really like pull this for spring and summer. But now that we are in the fall season, you know, I figured that I would go ahead and give it a try again. So let's go ahead and try this one. And you guys know that I love Brunello Cucinelli overall, but his fragrances are just amazing to me. So let's go ahead and try this one. I just really, really do not like these little 2 ml samples. Oh no. Oh yeah. I really love this one. Now, the thing about this one, let me go ahead and share with you the notes. Okay, so in this one, we have osmanthus, and I can clearly pick up on it in the opening. We have cumin, sandalwood, and vetiver. Now, the thing about this one is that this is very much a unisex fragrance. This does not lean to the masculine or to the feminine side, in my opinion. This is very, very much unisex. And if I had to pick a lean, if you force me to pick a lean, I would have to say that it leans a tad to the masculine side. But I am here for it. I really, really do really like this one. This is a strong like. I'm not sure that I want a full bottle. I think I'm going to try it on skin first, but this is definitely a very strong like for me. Have you tried any of the Brunello Cucinelli fragrances? You guys know that I was like, for a whole year, I think I was obsessed with his first fragrance, which was the Perfume, like Brunello Cucinelli Perfume. He launched 2 fragrances to begin with, Brunello Cucinelli Perfume and Pour Homme. And I was just obsessed with the Perfume. I still have it. I will always have it. It's a lifer. Absolutely love it. But this one, yeah, this one I definitely have to try on skin before I can decide if I'm going to get a full bottle or not. Have you tried any Brunello Cucinelli fragrances? If so, which one? What do you like about it, or what don't you like about it? Moving on. Okay, so the next and last fragrance that I have for you today is from a fragrance house that I own several fragrances from, but I have not talked about them in quite a while, and I want to give them some love. But this is a fragrance that I've had in like my try again list, and it's not that I was on the fence or anything. I really, to be honest with you, I don't even remember why I didn't pick up the bottle, because I really do enjoy this fragrance house. And this is from Blend Oud. Specifically, I'm talking about Bark. And this is the only little sample that I have left. But let me tell you, have you tried any Blend Oud fragrances? Because I absolutely love the DNA of that fragrance house. So let's go ahead and start with Bark, and let me spray it. See, it doesn't even want to spray. I'm telling you, I just, wow. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Ooh. Okay, this is a deep love. This is a bottle for sure. Yeah, I don't even have to try it on skin. I just love this. Wow. So let me go ahead and share with you the notes. At the top, we have peppermint, cedar, grapefruit, blood mandarin, and orange. At the heart, we have cinnamon, spicy notes, and rose. And at the base, we have amber, whitewoods, leather, and patchouli. This smells glorious. Wow, I can't, you are going to see this fragrance. I can't believe that I waited this long. Why didn't I pick up this fragrance when I first sniffed it? Because I know that I must have sniffed this, because like in my notes, I had like 3 samples where I tried 2, and this one was like the 3rd and last. And that's why I pulled it today. Like, let me go ahead and decide, what is it? Like, am I gonna pick it up, or is it that I just don't like it? But this is heavenly. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Okay, you can expect to see this one here on the channel. I hope I can find a good deal. I don't think it's a new fragrance. I'm pretty sure it's not new. So maybe I can find a good deal on it. But anyway, this one is really, really good. It is sweet. It does open citrusy. What else am I getting here? I'm getting a tad of spiciness, but it's too soon because I haven't allowed it to go to the dry down. I am picking up on spiciness, but I'm not distinguishing what is it. There is a floral presence, but again, I can't distinguish what is it. Yeah, just expect me to bring this one to the channel very soon, because I am loving this. Is really, really good. Have you tried any fragrance from Blend Oud? Specifically, have you tried Bark? If you have, like, do you love it or do you just like it? Because I am loving this scent. I am going to try it on skin right after I finish here, because this is really, really good. Wow. Okay, moving on. All right, fam. So we have reached the end of today's Chatty Scent Corner, and I hope that this was enjoyable for you. Please remember to leave in the comment section which has been your favorite fragrance of 2025, whether it's a fragrance that you picked up, or it's a fragrance that you tried and you fell in love with it and it's been on your wish list. Like, which is your one favorite fragrance of 2025 so far? And of course, as always, what am I going to tell you? I am hoping that you have not just an incredible Saturday, but a highly blessed and joyous weekend. Sending you all much love and blessings. Thank you for hanging with me as always, and I will see you all in the next video.